Well, here we are again at the IPC conference in Hyderabad.
International Permaculture
Convergence.
2017.
Yeah, and so having a good time. We wanted to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the teacher training that Jude and I are going to be doing coming up in about 1 year from now, in terms of when this film video is being made.
And we just completed a teacher training out of town, out of Hyderabad, for 11 different countries that were represented and 33 languages spoken. And it was a very diverse group of people from all over the world.
Yeah, with a very strong Indian contingent. I'd say about half of them were Indian, so that was pretty exciting. Certifying the first permaculture instructors in India. We'd just like to give a plug out and a little information about the one Jude and I are doing coming up in southern Spain at a site called La Loma Viva. It's in the Granada region, but about a couple hours southeast of there, right on the coast.
And at that time, there'll be 16 people, that's the limit for that site. And one of the things that we specialize in creating a container, a very safe space for learning. And that my goal is to actually change the educational paradigm one person at a time, because many of us have been taught in an environment where everybody sits in straight rows and people are speaking, the teachers are speaking to the students, and we like to think about working together as a community, a learning community. And so that's one important change in education. We give a lot of information. We also have interactive activities, design exercises, and ways when people leave to actually utilize the information so they can teach anywhere. And that's not just permaculture design courses, but it's teaching at the local library for an hour workshop or a 2-week intensive weekend.
Yeah, it's teaching from any, the short 1 hour introduction to the full PDC curriculum with the 72-hour curriculum, and we take you through that whole process, but it's for any type of teaching or sharing. And one of the things that we'll bring to it, and being here in India really came out strongly, but I think also in Spain it'll be there, is the cultural diversity. And one thing I'm bringing in is the way you work interculturally. When you're teaching to mixed groups, when you're working with cultures other than your own, and really promoting that awareness of human diversity and how we work with that within a context of learning. So that'll be a part of the course also.
And the unique thing is with permaculture as well is that the idea of people care, and caring for the earth, and how can we teach really caring for our participants, creating a safe space for people to learn, and also when they go out and do the teaching, creating that opportunity to be aware of how to care for the students and also care for whomever or wherever people are working and involved in that kind of the opportunity for sharing information in a way that it can be done anywhere. And that's part of the art of teaching, and this course is that taking this information and being able to share it in a way that empowers people. And that one of the things that we do is a lot of practice and facilitation, opportunities for people to facilitate. Everybody gets to facilitate, which is, there's teaching and then there's facilitation, and they definitely go hand in hand, and I really don't think you can do one without the other.
Yeah, and also just as part of the course in terms of expanding beyond the idea of just how do you help people learn. But we'll talk about course structure, talk about budgeting, talk about working with venues and all this other stuff. So it's a very well-rounded training, not just and when Jude was speaking it to me, it was also the art and science. That's what we bring to you. The very more linear, Western logical approach of structuring all this, but then also the art about the finding your own personal style, teaching from your passion. And that's very important. So I feel this course is really well balanced with the science, the logic, the structuring, and then within that framework going into your passion, into your particular style, into your own, the art of helping people learn.
And we think about with permaculture, it's a whole systems design, and in the teacher training, we're also thinking whole systems design. So So it starts with self-care and then moves on to working with learning styles and how can you work with everyone and that approach. And that's why it's not just a lecture, because a lot of people don't learn just from people speaking at you. And then the idea of facilitation and moving forward to designing and creating your own workshops and courses. So that whole systems approach is very important, and bringing in the principles of permaculture and how they're interrelated with the learning process and the teacher training.
Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good little intro, a little bit of a description of what we hope to do.
And if you have questions, my website is cascadiapermaculture.com, and you can register through there and also see the other teacher trainings that I offer.
Yeah, and then my website is www.permaculture.org if you want to learn a little bit more about me. Yeah, and then just a little bit about the La Loma Viva, the site there. It's in southern Spain, very beautiful spot there. They're a permaculture site. They host many other events, but they've been doing a lot of permaculture courses there. They hold them regularly. So it's a really beautiful rural setting, ocean views. Yeah, just a really sweet little spot. Very nice, rural southern Spain.
And their website, if you look at their website, just look at La Loma Viva, and that will tell you a lot and show you how gorgeous it is. We're looking forward to teaching there, and probably other places throughout the world in the upcoming years.
Yes. So enjoy.